So total savings
Yeah.
over
Yeah,
over
it was
12
about
months.
that, like,
Okay.
very lucrative because there's no bills on board,
Yeah.
and I was very frugal with my money and spending efficiently what I needed. Yeah, I got a few souvenirs and paid for some shoreside excursions here and there, and you know, treated myself for a new pair of runners every once in a while when it was needed, or um,
And that was probably back in 2010, you said?
2005 to 2009
So,
is when I worked on ships. So
okay. So that was quite a bit
yeah,
of
yeah,
savings
it
back
was
then.
good. I definitely invested some money and put it away in the RSPs, um, and then yeah, I ended up saving enough to buy my first
Hmm.
Harley Davidson motorcycle. So I purchased that in 2010, which was a
Yep.
nice thing. It
Wow.
was new to me, but it was a used, nice 1998 Harley Fat Boy Softail. So that was good to,
Wow.
pay outright in cash, 15 grand and do that Canadian. And purchase a
Hmm.
truck too. So
Amazing.
I like I said, when I left ships, I had a beautiful girlfriend to be with, and we purchased a truck together. And I brought my motorcycle and my suitcase and two bicycles, and I bought her a one-way trip
Oh,
from Hungary to Vancouver, and we took the road trip down from Vancouver to San Diego and camped and enjoyed time along the way together, and set foot in San Diego to be here and work here and try to live happily ever after as a couple. And I promise
hmm.
yourself and your partner what you can do, and yeah, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It is what it is. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess every marriage is faced with that after a
yeah,
5-year period.
yeah,
I don't know what the statistics are, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
quite
it
high.
is.
Divorces are
Hmm.
quite high. So you mentioned that you had some difficulties walking, and that's a, that's from an accident that happened previously, where
Yeah.
you were climbing, I guess, in
Yeah, no,
Squamish.
actually,
Was it
Sumas
Squamish? And
Mountain in Abbotsford was where I hit the deck hard after an attempt to set up a top rope station of a 65-foot climbing route that I had been familiar with before and had experience doing that route.
yeah.
And
So to set up a top rope means you tie it to a
tree or
tree or a large
and
boulder
boulder anchor
at the
point.
top.
This was a bolted route, so there was anchors able to secure a rappel line, but had gotten too close to the edge, and whether it be my mistake or my fate or the laws of the universe, I slipped and fell and broke both ankles, compounded both feet, and ended up
Hmm.
getting helicoptered with a number of other injuries as well, moving up throughout my head to toe. Ended up getting helicoptered to the Royal Columbian Hospital in New Westminster, where I basically had to live there and have the attention of 10 of the best doctors in Canada for everything from vein grafts, bone grafts, and skin grafts. For about 6 months, I lived in the
Wow.
hospital. And yeah,
It was probably one of the, would you say, the worst climbing
climbing.
industry injury that anyone has
Yeah,
ever
pretty
seen
much.
um,
Yeah.
with
Oh, yeah,
doctors?
for sure. By all means, it's probably one of the worst climbing accidents.
So your whole body basically fell, was it
30,
20
60
feet
feet, 60 feet,
and 60 feet, and then just
just
crumbled?
collapsed,
Like,
crumbled,
obviously
buckled. Yeah.
you're, yeah, you
Like,
landed on your feet, then
yeah.
your whole upper body
Yeah,
basically
and didn't
folded.
suffer any spine or head cranial injuries at all whatsoever. So I was very cognitive
Wow.
aware. Mind you, I did pass out because of stress or shock. And my friend went running down the trail to get help, and then it was in 1995, so they had to call through analog dial phone, and ambulance came, and it was from
Wow.
Abbotsford, and it was a hard run out. I think four huge football player sized paramedics got me out on the stretcher, and then they realized, oh, he's in such a critical condition. So the helicopter came. So they called that and got me down into New Westminster by helicopter and landed, and, was pumped full of drugs and had 30 surgeries, to put me, myself together again over the course of, 6 or 8 months or something that I lived in the hospital there. And got back walking eventually. It took a lot of time to regain strength and balance in my ankles and lower legs, and all their various rehabs, sit-ups, push-ups, cable cords, bungee to work my upper body in order to get around in the wheelchair, which I think I did for about another year after in 1996.
Mm.
um, which was
Wow.
hard mentally and spiritually.
You basically went from you can take on the world to being potentially
Oh
wheelchair
yeah,
bound for
for
life.
sure. Yeah.
Um, so the when you did you remember falling and the rock face um, going by your face,
Oh
or
yeah.
how was the? Did you think did were you thinking at
Yeah.
that point what's
Yeah.
going
When
on
I
here?
first was slipped off, immediately I thought, oh my God, like this is something's gonna happen here. This is I'm falling. I saw the
Yeah.
cliff face, the face of the cliff rush past me as I'm free falling
Hmm.
down, and then I braced for the impact because I only had, like, I don't know if you want to do the math, do your physics, about 177 pounds. I was 22 years old, 63 or 64 feet free fall, and braced for the impact. So I had about a second and a half, whatever, do the math there, to brace for the impact, and fell and broke both feet. And I
Jeez.
subsequently hit my, I folded at the waist, so my head hit my knee and impacted
Hmm.
that. So I broke my
Yeah.
jaw as well, broke 5 teeth, molars, clinched in the
Hmm.
back of my mouth. And then,
Yeah.
so upon hitting my head there on my right knee, my right side of my face, like I broke my jaw, broke the teeth, and then I permanently wrecked the retina in my right eye. So I can't really see out of my right eye as well. And moving on down, I
Hmm.
dislocated my left shoulder, broke my left or right tibia plateau as well. And then, of course, the worst was, yeah, compound breaks to both feet at the ankles. So,
Which is very difficult to repair because of the number
yes,
of bones
yeah, that's
in
all
the
the
ankle.
bottom of the tibia, fibula, calcaneus, talus, and navicular and carpal bones of the feet. I really don't have much cartilage or any cartilage left in there at all. So, my both feet are fused now at the ankle, so I do not have any movement, but I can walk okay on flat in surfaces,
Hmm.
upstairs, downstairs to a minimal degree, but I can shuffle around and walk like nobody's business, and nobody can tell. Sometimes I have good days of walking. Some people don't even know I have this amount of injuries in my lower legs. But some days I have some really bad arthritic days, and I can't really move that well. And they see me limping back to my car or around
Mm.
town or at work or wherever, and they know why I have a permanent blue placard for the blue parking uh, in my car sometimes. So that,
Right. So you're under
yeah,
constant pain or
yeah.
a small amount? Does it ever do you ever have no pain whatsoever? I
When I'm
guess when you're
sitting and
sitting,
sleeping is pretty
you have
much
no
the
pain.
no pain factor, um, or times when I don't have any pain at all, and it's something I've just had to deal with, and it's hard some days. Like I said, the pain does escalate when it's cold and damp.
Hmm.
That's another reason why I'm happy to live in this dry, warm climate of San Diego compared to the wet, cold, damp of the Pacific Northwest. As much as I miss it,
Hmm.
I just couldn't sacrifice. I'm sure other people maybe have broken their wrist skiing or broken their ankle hiking or something, and they live to run again, or hike or ski or do any of the active physical sports. But when they feel that cold, rainy days come in, they might feel that ache in their wrist or their elbow or whatever previous broken bones they've had. And I feel that throughout my entire body.
Hmm.
And it's a
Oh,
not just in
not
my
just in your
ankles. I've
ankles
had,
then.
unfortunately, three other motor vehicle accidents, one in Vancouver, two here in San Diego that were just on my bike, one with a bicycle, two with motorcycles. So small injuries, really, to say the least, compared to my climbing accident. If you don't mind me furthering that, Sepple, I was hit on the
Hmm.
hit on the motorcycle, hit T-boned a few 4 years back, And then 7 years back, I was hit on my motorcycle, different motorcycles, different times. Same leg, I dislocated my femur out of my pelvis. So just
Ooh.
three doc.
What's so that's like dislocating
Yeah,
your shoulder.
but
I've done that before.
yeah, but you're
Um, temporarily. The
yeah,
pain is
excruciating
excruciating. So,
pain, but
but
ambulance to the hospital in one overnight, and 3 months on crutches and great opioid drugs or whatever to
ooh,
subside the pain. But literally walked away.
they have
They
to
Yeah,
push it
I
back.
asked the doctor.
They have to.
He says, "How do you push? How do you do the femur?" Oh no, oh fuck yeah, it takes three of us to push it back in.